In our last episode, we were in the engine room. We saw how miners spend massive amounts of energy to earn their reward. But miners have real-world bills, electricity, hardware, and rent. So they sell. They move those brand new Bitcoins onto the market. And that is where you come in. Whether you buy a tiny bit or a whole coin or multiple coins, that Bitcoin is now looking for a home. Demand and supply.
But here's the catch. If you leave it where you bought it, you don't actually own it yet. To truly own it, you have to bring it home.
Today, we're decoding self-custody. We're going to learn how to be your own bank.
I'm Aura.
And I am Nick. This is Decode Protocol.
Part 1. The Gold Brick Myth. Divisibility. Nick, whenever I talk to people about Bitcoin, they always say the same thing. I can't afford it. 1 Bitcoin costs as much as a luxury car.
That is the biggest misunderstanding in the space. People think Bitcoin is like a collectible painting. You either own the whole thing or you own nothing.
But Bitcoin isn't a painting. It's more like gold, but even better.
Exactly. You don't have to buy a massive gold bar to own gold. You can buy a gram or 10 grams or even 100 grams. Bitcoin is even better. It's divisible down to 8 decimal places. You can buy just a single dollar worth of Bitcoin or $1 trillion worth. 1 Bitcoin is actually made of 100 million tiny units called sats. So you can buy $10 worth, $50 worth, or 0.001 Bitcoin. You aren't too late to buy Bitcoin. You're just buying it in the quantity that fits your life. Once you buy it, though, you need to know how to store it.
Part 2. The secrets, keys, and seed phrases. Let's look at the keys to the kingdom. When you move your Bitcoin off an exchange and into a wallet, you deal with a public key and a private key.
Think of the public key as your email address. You can give it to anyone so they can send you sats. But the private key, that is your digital signature. If the public key is the address of your vault, the private key is the only thing that can open that vault. And because long strings of random code in this private keys are hard for humans to remember, we use a seed phrase, a multi-word sentence, kind of like the password to your email, but more stronger and impossible to hack by brute force.
Those 12 or 24 random words you get when you set up a wallet? That is the master key. If you lose your phone or your hardware device, you can type those 12 words into any other wallet and boom, your money is back. Because those words are human-readable versions to the exact same random string of code in your private key that unlock the public address of your vault on the blockchain, which the wallets convert when you enter it using a specific protocol and algorithm.
Those 12 or 24 words are more powerful than any bank vault, as long as it is stored securely on a non-internet connected device, or written on a piece of paper in a safe, or engraved into a metal sheet and split into multiple shards and stored in different trusted locations. But if someone else gets them, they can access your Bitcoins in your vault. There is no customer support to get them back.
Part 3. Hot versus cold. The armored chip. So where do you keep these 12 words? You have 2 main choices. Hot or cold.
A hot wallet is an app on your phone. It's convenient, but because your phone is connected to the internet, your keys are technically online. A malware or a virus can theoretically extract it if you are not careful. And this is ideally more suited for small amounts.
For your life savings, you want a cold storage. These are physical devices that are never connected to the internet.
As an engineer, I love the way these are built. They use a secure element, SE chip. It's a specialized piece of hardware designed to be an armored safe room. And most of the times they are running a fully open source software that can be reviewed and audited by anyone publicly, so there are no backdoors. Reputed brands make their entire hardware and software open source for this purpose.
Think of it like this. When you want to send Bitcoin, you sign the transaction inside that closed room. You slide the signed checkout under the door to the computer, but the pen and the signer never leave the room.
The hacker can see the check, but they can't get into the room to steal the pen. Your private keys never touch the internet. That is the ultimate security a cold wallet offers, often called as crypto cold storage.
This brings us to the law of the land. Not your keys, not your coins.
When you hold your own keys, you aren't a customer, you are the owner. By moving your Bitcoin from an exchange where you purchased it, you are moving it from the exchange's wallet to your own. So if that exchange goes bust or gets hacked, you are not impacted by it. In simple terms, it's like buying gold from a store and taking it from the store to your home safe, instead of leaving it at the store for safekeeping. But since Bitcoin is digital, not physical like gold, you can hold your wealth in your head, walk across a border, and no one can freeze it or steal it from you. That is absolute financial sovereignty. And to add an extra layer of security, if you don't tell anyone about your Bitcoins, no one will even know you have it.
We've decoded the keys, the armored chips, and the 100 million sats that make up every Bitcoin. But now that your vault is secure, how do we actually spend it at the speed of light?
In our next episode, we're decoding the Lightning Network.
I'm Aura.
And I am Nick. This has been Decode Protocol. See you in the next block.